Hello everybody. Yes, I made the most of the January sales. Hello everybody. I hope you're ready for a fabric finds and sewing patterns inspiration video, because that's what I put together for you today. So I'm going to go through the sale finds that I got, and a lot of them are still available, some on multiple websites, and talk through some pattern inspiration for what I could do with them. I haven't 100% made up my mind yet, so I'm looking forward to you telling me in the comments which one, or if you've got a different pattern in mind, that I should sew up with these. Quick caveat, I won't be giving you the details of all the sizes etc. the patterns. I will link all the patterns below so you can click on and go through to their website, but because of the fabric and the pattern ideas, there's just not time for it all. Today I am wearing a self-drafted t-shirt dress, and over the top the chalk and notch max tee with some of my lovely colours, and I've even managed to find my matching glasses. So let's get straight on with my first fabric. Now I bought this from Simple Life Fabrics. She had it for sale, and I think it was something silly like £4 per half metre. It's a Nerida Hanson fabric. It's available on a lot of websites. It's called Eden. It is a cotton, and this is the navy background, and it's got lilac. It's not quite showing up as strong here, but it has lilac like line drawings on it, and it is all sorts of sort of botanical images. I feel like I've seen flowers, seed heads. Every now and again I think I see like a shell in there, but I think it's a daisy. So I've got myself here 2 meters of this, and the first thought I have with this fabric is a skirt. And the skirt I was thinking of was one where you cut it into panels. Because it's already a really busy fabric, it won't lose anything by being cut up. So I had a look at the Cinnamon Studios Sylvie skirt. Now the lovely Jess of So What If I Sews has just made this, and you cut all the pattern pieces in these lovely thin panels which you join together. And I thought a fabric like this, particularly as it's cotton, it would have like a lovely sort of movement to it, would work really well, because you wouldn't lose then any of the design, because it's already a very busy design, by cutting it into panels. Then I thought about a dress, and the dress I thought of was the Bell dress by Style Arc. I have made one of these before, and I thought, again, because of the busyness where you've got like the shearing at the back, gathering, waist panels, all sorts of things, and because of the nice crispness of it, it would hold its shape really well. And then I spotted a similar pattern to the Style Arc Bell dress, which is the Seamwork new free pattern. Now every now and again Seamwork have a free pattern available, and their most recent new one, which I think has only come out in the last few days, is the Lisa, and it has that similar waist yoke pattern. Haven't made it, have downloaded it, and I thought that would work really well as well, because you've got the nice structure of the fabric. So I'm looking out, and today I'm seeing a buzzard, which we don't often see in our area. Sorry if you could hear banging and crashing just now. Despite telling the people in my house that I'm upstairs recording a vlog, they choose that moment to make as much noise as possible. But I thought this would hold the shape and it would press nicely, and I've got plenty of it, and I just think it's a lovely colour, because if you see it with like these earrings, look, works really well, and you could then wear like lovely aqua colours over the top of it. And then the final pattern idea I've got was another skirt, and this is the Estuary skirt by Sew Liberated. I liked this one because you've got the patch pockets, button placket down the front, bit of gathering, and I thought, again, in a pattern fabric like this, it will gather nicely but hold like a nice skirt shape, and the pockets over the top, you wouldn't need to stress about pattern matching because there's so much going on. I mean, if you were really feeling it, you could give it a whirl, but you could get a patch pocket over the top of this and it would work beautifully. So they're my 4 suggestions for this fabric. Let me know what you think I should do, or if you've got another idea for it. This is definitely available on quite a few websites. So you're looking for a Nerida Hanson called Eden. Right, straight on to another Nerida Handsome fabric. Now this is very similar to one that I made a Romy lantern sleeve on, and that one was much more like lilacs and blues. This one is called Beautiful Sunshine, and it's a fine cotton, and the colourway, again I think there's multiple colourways, the other fabric there's multiple colourways, is lavender, and I got 2 meters of this as well. It is just gorgeous. You've got rabbits hiding in there. It, to me, it feels very like Alice in Wonderland. It's finer and more drapey, but not full on like voile or viscous drapey. So it's a fine cotton. It's got a really lovely, soft, smooth texture. So I was thinking, with a fabric like this, you really want to let the pattern sing. So you don't want too many things going on, because the pattern sort of is doing the work, as opposed to the other one. Sorry, the print is doing the work, as opposed to the other one. It's much more the shaping of the garment. So I went with the honeycomb shirt dress by Kokawara Crafts. I felt like you had enough of the front piece to enjoy the fabric without distraction from it. If I've got enough, I could make the dress out of it as well. The other thing I thought was to make a Romy lantern sleeve or similar. Now Twig and Tail have a lovely pattern that's similar. Let me get the name. So the Twig and Tail top is called the Vista, and it's got a V-neck, but you've got this option to vary the sleeve. Now I have bought the Twig and Tail pocket, collar and sleeve expansions that they've got, that you can mix and match. And I think the sleeve that's already on the Vista, which is, I love this description, a little bit romantic. It's your everyday special top. It's got gathering. Now I think I might lengthen the sleeve slightly, but it's nice straightforward pattern, and you've not got a lot going on, which means the fabric would really sing out, but you've got that, and this would hold the shaping of the sleeve, which could be really fun. And as I say, if you didn't want that kind of sleeve, there's lots of other options. They have got it as a longer one too. There's a longer and a shorter. They've got a curved and a straight hem. And as I say, if you buy the sleeve expansion pack, which I thought was incredibly reasonably priced, you get like about 6 other sleeve options. So for this top, this fabric, they are my 2/3 go-tos, because I really want something. I did look at the Closet Core Kaylee shirt, which I thought could be nice, but it is short sleeve, and I don't know if there's a long sleeve option, so if you know, let me know. But I really want something, because I can then wear it with blue trousers, like the teal. I've got a teal skirt and teal trousers, and of course purple as well, so it would work with a lot of different trousers. Very excited to get that made up as a top. Right, next one. I was thinking back the other day to over a year ago, when I set myself a fabric ban for a while, which meant where I could only buy plain fabrics, and I did that to stop myself just looking at pattern fabrics. And since I did that, I do really look now at the plain fabrics a lot more. And you'll notice in this, although these two have been prints, my third one is a plain, and this is from Sew Me Sunshine. That one was some Simple Life fabrics as well. And this is Maria Olive Green, and it's that t-shirt weight where you've got enough that it's thick enough, but not so thick that it's not t-shirty. What a description. So for this, I was thinking I just want like a nice straightforward top that would go with lots of skirts, and it really fits with that sort of autumn winter palette I've gone for. And I had a couple of options, but the one I really liked was the Styler Rene, or Rene. I'm going to put a picture here. It looks very straightforward, but you've got this really interesting gathering across the top of the sleeve. Rather than puffing, it's like a gathering across the top here. And then the other one that I like the look of, which is going to come up for another pattern later, which is the Notches Monaco. And I'm putting the names on the screen because I could be saying them wrong, because you can do it so it like crosses over. So although it's plain, you would have like a nice sort of attention to detail on that. Obviously I could make a closet core t-shirt pattern if you're looking for a free pattern. That would work really well. I could make Tilly and the Buttons Freya or Agnes. Both of those would work well because it's got a nice drape, but not so much it wouldn't hold like the ruching on the sleeve of the Agnes. I could combine the two and do the turtleneck of the Freya with the Agnes sleeve. I've done that before, but sometimes it's nice to try something new. So let me know what your thoughts are. I definitely want it to be long sleeve because I think this colour is a great autumn winter colour. So on to another remnant. I love getting a remnant because I almost feel like I'm giving a home to something that might not get one. It's silly, isn't it? So this is one of their viscose soft knits in a burgundy, and I've got just over a metre of this. So I think this is the same as the blue and the green that I sewed up in the summer. It's beautifully soft. It's got a nice weight, but also a really nice drape to it. Let me get hold of it here for you to show you. So look, you can see the drape there. So you've got weight and drape at the same time. So the last two in this type of fabric I made were Bertha cardigans. So I could do that again because this is a perfect colour for the autumn winter wardrobe. Burgundy is very on trend at the moment. Or I could make a Marlowe cardigan. That's more of a just a drop sleeve. The Bertha is much more bat wing. Or I could make a jumper. So I think a fabric like this, because if you had enough, it would make a gorgeous jumper dress. I have a personal challenge over jumper dresses in that I need enough fabric for them to come below my knee for me to want to wear them. But if you are happy with an above the knee or on the knee, a Tilly and the Buttons Billy or a Nina Lee South Bank would work beautifully. You'd have like a really soft cow neck on this. It would be so snuggly with like a chocolate brown tights and boots. But for me, a plain fabric is perfect for that throwing over with other patterns. I did think about making a jumper, and a jumper that right now I'm liking a lot is the NH Patterns Heather Sweater, which is free. The Heather Sweater, it's a drop shoulder, but it's a nice fit, nice length. This could be a really smart casual jumper. There are lots of cardigans out there on the market. I know a lot of people, I think, like the Harper cardigan, which I believe is free as well. Obviously, we've got the new Closet Core Crew one, which is the Obsidian, and the Seamworks, their last free pattern, which I did download, was a cardigan. So I need to decide, is it going to be cardigan or jumper? Well, I'm really talking myself into like a jumper dress now. So let me know, what do you think I should create with this? It is just so soft. The more I hold it, the softer it feels. So now we have a Little Johnny fabric. I bought this from First for Fabrics, but you can get Little Johnny fabrics in lots of places. I have a bit of a penchant for Little Johnny fabrics. I wish I could see their full range somewhere. So if anyone knows a site that like stocks their like ranges as they come out, and I sort of stumble upon like an amazing double gauze that they've created, or an amazing French terry, and I can never see the whole collection. Well, how could I not? I mean, that is just dreamy fabric, isn't it? So I got this when First Fabrics had their, I think they had 25% off all of their stock. It is a really fine needle cord, like a baby needle cord. It's so difficult to show it because of the pattern on it, but it is. You're just going to have to believe me. But it's interesting that on the back, you might be able to see it better. That's the back. So I feel like this was like the colour was printed on afterwards. But it is just delicious. There is no other word for that than delicious. So thinking about this, this obviously has more structure. It's like, what would we want to create? So when we hold it out, we can see the grid work pattern there. So it does have some drape, but obviously more structure. So I was thinking about either a skirt, because it's a while since I've made a skirt. So if we have a look at skirts, you've got the Tilly and the Buttons Ramona skirt, which I think would be perfect for something like this with a bit of structure. You've got the nice little pocket detail, just a nice sort of straightforward classic skirt. Might even want to think about lining it. I did think about jacket, I thought about trousers, but I did have a look at the Ruby vest by Sydney Graham because I do love an over the top item like this that goes over, and you could quilt this and make an amazing like sort of vest and like a waistcoat, we call it in the UK. In America you call it a vest, I think. And just imagine that with like one of these plain colours as a top underneath, or with a jumper. So Sydney Graham's pattern, the Ruby vest, has a wide variety. She's got some really good YouTube videos as well, and I just thought it'd be quite fun to make something like that. And if you made the other side plain, you could make it reversible depending on what mood you're in. And then I saw, and I'm going to have to find out who this is by, so hang on a second. Written so many notes that I couldn't interpret that one. So one of the other ones I thought about was the Sylvan jacket by So Liberated, and I really love the description of this jacket. It says the mid-weight Sylvan jacket is the ultimate chore coat / grandpa cardigan mashup. It's got 12 mix and match pocket options, a casual functional jacket with a vintage academia vibe. The Sylvan is your go-to layering companion in the art studio, at a used bookshop on Main Street, or browsing your curated vinyl collection. What a vibe that description is. Really like the look of this jacket. It's got like a shawl style collar. You can have buttons, you can do it longer, shorter. I just really felt that you could really mix this up. So it does say that for added warmth you could line it. So just imagine this with like one of those Sherpa fabrics on the other side, like a creamy white Sherpa that maybe came out on the shawl collar. Imagine that. You could really like, and you could use like a lovely like lining fabric. You could pick out any of these colours. If not, you could have like a lovely cobalty blue Sherpa. I've got some, I think, left from when I made an hoodie for someone a year ago. So I just thought this would make a really lovely jacket, because then when you've got like your trousers, things like that, and they've got several lengths in this pattern as well, and I just thought it might really bring a bit of joy to my sort of autumn winter wardrobe, having a jacket like this, and lining it would mean that you could wear it in the much colder weather. I have to say my experience of So Liberated patterns is their instructions are really clear, and they often have like blog posts with extra information, etc. So yes, very excited. What do you think I should do with this gorgeous fabric? So then the next one I've got from First for Fabrics, 2 to go. So the next one I've got is this rib one that I think the lovely Christine of Gemini Stitches has this, and I think she might have made a kilo wrap dress in it, I'm not sure. I have this in orange as well, and I picked up the pink because I do love like a jersey dress that's got a bit more structure to it, and I thought this would really bring that. So when I was looking what to make, it's back to that notches pattern, the Monco, which has so many variations, including a one shoulder. Just imagine bright pink one shoulder, or you can do the other shoulder in a different color. So imagine this, like this with the orange, or now I see I want purple with that the other color, and you create different dress styles of dress with it. Notches patterns are amazing for your bang for your buck for the variation. The other one I thought of was the My Handmade Wardrobe cozy jersey dress. This pattern featured on my top patterns of 2024, so if you haven't seen that, go and watch that. But I just thought cutting this into panels and then having the waist tie in this would, and you could even have the pocket in the same colour so you wouldn't really see the pocket but it would be there, would really give something to this lovely sort of structured pink. And then the other one that I've seen recently, it is a So Liberated pattern. I was watching a lovely vlog the other day, and a lady was sharing all the So Liberated patterns she'd made, and I hadn't seen this one, and it's the Stasia. She'd made it in a gorgeous stretched velvet, and it looks so different from the way it looks on the website. So I will try and link her video below, because this is the great thing about YouTube and Instagram, is when you see a pattern in a different fabric and you go, oh, it can look like that. And the Stasia has this nice shape at the front, so it has like a t-shirt top, nice shape, and then a lovely drapey skirt. And she'd made this beautiful version which she wore to a wedding, and I just thought this pink could look amazing as like a sort of just a slight twist on the usual t-shirt dress, because I like to make them myself, but actually sometimes someone just doing that nice bit of detail is really worth it for a pattern. And again, So Liberated give you so many variations and ideas. So then my last fabric is keeping the holiday vibes going. It is a sparkly Ponte. So it's definitely a Ponte on the back. This is from First Fabrics as well. And I can't remember how much I got this. It looks like I might have got 3 meters. I am still in the mood to do sparkly sewing. If nothing else, I've got my birthday coming up. And also, I don't just think sparkly is for Christmas anyway. So I thought this is like a nice sparkle in that it's soft on the inside and won't shed. I'll tell you a quick funny story. The other morning I woke up and I had a sequin stuck to my leg. So the name Sequin Girly came very true. That must have shed off the sequin Naya that I made recently. So there we go. So this Ponte Sparkle really says to me either jumpsuit, it's got a huge amount of stretch, so in terms of getting in and out of a jumpsuit, and I think good recovery. Let me do that again. Yeah, and good recovery. So this would work well for a jumpsuit, and you could even line the bodice if you wanted to just feel a bit more secure. I think it's got a good backing, but sometimes we can feel a little nervous about those things. So you've got several choices. I love the Scirocco. I would like to make a Scirocco with a wide leg. Now Scirocco is by Deer and Doe, who are now owned by Closet Core, but Closet Core have kept Deer and Doe as their own separate brand. And I really like the design details in the Scirocco, the instructions of how to make it up. I've made 4 now, and I would definitely say that I would happily make one in this, because I think the zigzag would be complemented by the pleats that you do. Look at the way it looks when you fold it, the way it is around the top. So I would want to think about how I folded the neck bit, because I wouldn't necessarily want that, although it is quite soft against my skin, so I would just have a think about that. And it's got a nice waistband as well. Then there's the lovely Elian Mac South Shore romper. If you haven't seen Julie Sews Her Own Clothes on YouTube's version, a velvet version, it's gorgeous, so do hop over to Julie's channel to have a look. And the South Shore romper has got a wider leg with a belt, but a sort of a similar-ish type top. So I've got myself that pattern because I think that would work well. But then I saw an outfit my colleague had on at work just before Christmas. It was a bought dress, but it looked like a jumper and skirt. So it was like a sort of a mild back wing jumper with like the jumper cuff waistband, and then just a nice fit and flare skirt. But actually when I asked her, it was a dress. So I was thinking, I wonder if I got one of my back wing type jumpers and then sort of cut out a skirt, because you could definitely do like just the wider panel, so it's sort of, and join them together with a waistband like the Scirocco waistband, whether it would make like a nice dress. It would look like a 2-piece, but it would be a dress. So they're my thoughts on what to make with it. I did wonder if the So Liberated Stasia that I mentioned a minute ago, but it's a very plain top, so it would be very flat. So it's how the flatness of the zigzag would work with. And the reason I like the Scirocco is because you've got the crossover, so it sort of breaks it up a bit. But as I say, you've got to watch out for if something turns in, so that you don't have the roughness against your skin. So something to think about there. Do let me know if you have any ideas for any of those fabrics, or what you would choose for my choices. At the time of recording, all of these fabrics were available, so I will put the shop names below. There were Simple Life Fabrics, Sew Me Sunshine and First for Fabrics, but some of those fabrics are definitely available international, because Nerida Hansen originates from Australia, so I do believe that they're international. And pretty sure Little Johnny, please correct me if I'm wrong, is an American company, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get that elsewhere. There we go. Let me know what you think, and I will be back soon with a makes video for January, and some point in January will be my January me made week, where I share with you what I wore for my week. And I have thought about doing a what did I make in 2024, literally like all of the makes. Please let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. I was having to think about it this morning. Slightly worries me, but I'm up for it if you are. I hope you're all well, and hope you're getting time to do what you enjoy, and I will see you again soon.